Have you ever noticed your thumb unlocking your phone before you've even decided to? Why do we check it every 6 minutes, even when we know nothing new is waiting? Today, we're diving into the psychology, the brain wiring, and the sneaky design tricks that keep us glued to these glowing rectangles. Let's start with the slot machine in your pocket. No, not the casino app, but your notification system. Every time your phone buzzes, your brain releases a shot of dopamine, that feel-good chemical that makes you think something good is happening. You don't get dopamine just when you see the message. You get it from the anticipation. That's why even when there's no notification, your brain whispers, "Check anyway, maybe this time you'll hit the jackpot." Scientists call this a variable reward schedule. Casinos figured it out first, then Silicon Valley said, "Oh, that looks profitable." The result? You've got a slot machine in your pocket, and you're pulling the lever every 6 minutes. Now picture your phone as a needy toddler, a toddler who screams, "Pay attention to me!" With every ping, ding, and glowing red badge, you can't ignore it. That little badge number isn't just a harmless icon, it's an open loop in your brain. Psychologists call it the Zeigarnik effect. The mind hates unfinished tasks. That red dot says, "Something's incomplete, fix it." And so, like a responsible parent to your digital toddler, you cave in. You tap, you feed the toddler, and 6 minutes later, the cycle starts again. The more you respond, the more the toddler learns, "Oh, if I yell loud enough, they'll drop everything for me." It's classic reinforcement, only instead of Cheerios, the reward is your attention. But it's not just notifications. Your brain hates boredom, like cats hate water. Think about standing in line at the grocery store. 10 years ago, you'd just stare at the gum display, count ceiling tiles, or judge people's snack choices. Now, the second you're idle, your brain panics. It screams, "Quick, give me stimulation." So out comes the phone. You scroll, you check, you refresh. And here's the twist. Your brain doesn't even care what you see. Cat videos, sports scores, weather updates you could have guessed, your aunt's blurry Facebook post about her garden gnome. It doesn't matter. Anything beats the horror of doing absolutely nothing. That's why the 6-minute itch kicks in even when you're not bored. It's not about the content, it's about filling the gap. Your brain has rewired itself to treat every micro-pause, every tiny pocket of silence as a trigger. Waiting for the microwave? Phone. Stopped at a red light? Phone. Half listening in a meeting? Phone again. What used to be neutral downtime is now unbearable empty space your brain rushes to patch with pixels. And then there's the big one, FOMO, or fear of missing out. Back in caveman days, missing out meant not hearing the alarm when a lion crept toward the camp. Missing the signal could literally mean you were having dinner. Today, it means not knowing your friend just posted a latte pic with extra foam art, or that a group chat is roasting someone in real time. The problem is, our brains haven't evolved to tell the difference. The wiring is the same. We still think missing out is life-threatening, so we check constantly, as if Instagram updates are our tribe's survival call. You might think you're scrolling casually, but deep down, your primal brain believes it's guarding you from danger. Every 6 minutes, it nudges you. Better check. What if everyone else knows something you don't? What if you're left behind? Here's another sneaky layer: validation. Humans are social animals, and we crave approval like oxygen. Every like, every heart, every thumbs up is a microdose of social validation. Your brain literally lights up the same way it does when you eat chocolate, get a hug, or win a small jackpot. That's why after posting something, you can't help but check every 6 minutes. You're basically the kid on stage, peeking out from behind the curtain to see if anyone clapped yet. And when they do, oh, the rush. It feels like proof you exist, that you belong. But when they don't, even more reason to peek again. hoping the applause just hasn't started yet. The cycle feeds itself because your brain would rather chase the next tiny reward than risk feeling invisible. And that constant craving for digital approval is why your phone never stays out of reach for long. Phones also train us like Pavlov trained dogs. Remember his experiment? He rang a bell, fed the dogs, and eventually the dogs drooled at just the bell. Your phone is the bell. Every ping, ding, or buzz makes you salivate for attention. But here's the scary part. You don't even need the ping anymore. Your brain has internalized the routine. That's why sometimes you pick up your phone and realize you have no idea why you did. There was no sound, no vibration, no alert, just muscle memory mixed with conditioning. You've become the dog, drooling before the bell even rings. And let's be honest, you don't even need food as the reward anymore. The reward is simply the chance of something. A message, a like, an update, anything that tells your brain, see? Checking was worth it. It's not weakness, it's conditioning. And you've been conditioned very, very well. Now let's talk about attention span. Your brain used to handle long stretches of focus, reading a book for an hour straight, working on a project without checking your email, even sitting through a dull meeting without a digital escape hatch. But with constant phone checks, your attention span has shrunk faster than cheap jeans in a hot dryer. 6 minutes in, your brain says, "Reward, please." And if you don't give in, you feel restless, itchy, like something's wrong. It's not that you're incapable of focusing anymore. It's that your brain's reward system got rewired to expect a snack every 6 minutes. Like a kid raised on candy, broccoli just doesn't cut it. A novel feels too slow. A lecture feels unbearable. Even a movie without your phone nearby feels like running a marathon with ankle weights. The worst part? The more your brain expects that quick hit, the harder it gets to push through the discomfort of focus. It's like trying to meditate in the middle of a carnival. Your brain keeps looking for the next bright light or loud sound to grab onto. And here's a deeper one. Your phone has become your emotional pacifier. Feeling anxious? Scroll. Feeling bored? Scroll. Feeling sad? Scroll. Instead of sitting with emotions, you outsource them to your phone. It's like a digital pacifier you suck on every 6 minutes, soothing whatever discomfort bubbles up. Only instead of milk, you're feeding on memes, TikToks, endless news cycles, and heated arguments in comment sections with strangers you'll never meet. It works, temporarily. Your anxiety quiets, your boredom fades, your sadness dulls. But like any pacifier, it doesn't solve the problem. It just distracts you from it. And here's the tricky part. The more you use it, the less capable you are of soothing yourself without it. You don't learn to breathe through the anxiety. You don't learn to embrace boredom. You don't learn to sit with sadness. You train yourself to avoid those feelings with a quick hit of distraction. Over time, your tolerance builds. You need more scrolling, more stimulation, more checking just to feel okay. It's the same cycle as comfort food, only digital. Instead of cookies, you binge reels. Instead of ice cream, you drown yourself in group chats. And just like comfort food, the relief fades fast, leaving you reaching again, right on schedule, every 6 minutes. Another reason? You don't trust your own memory anymore. Think about it. Birthdays, addresses, passwords, even the name of that actor from that one movie. You don't even try to remember. You reach for the slab in your pocket. Over time, your brain gets lazy. It tells itself, why bother remembering when the phone remembers for me? The result? You feel a constant need to check, just in case there's something important you should know. Your brain has outsourced not just memory, but reassurance. The phone becomes your external hard drive, and you check it every 6 minutes to make sure the hard drive's still running. Now let's zoom out. Phone companies and app designers know this. They study human psychology like scientists study lab rats. They know exactly how long it takes for you to get restless, They know the precise shade of red that makes notification badges irresistible. They know how to time variable rewards, so you get hooked. This isn't accidental. Your 6-minute habit is by design. When people joke that phones are addictive, they're not joking. They're engineered to be addictive. You're not failing. You're falling into a billion-dollar trap. Picture Sarah on a date. She's having a great time, but every 6 minutes, her eyes flick down to the glowing rectangle on the table. She doesn't even notice. Her date does. He feels ignored. Meanwhile, Sarah isn't bored. She's anxious. Her brain whispers, "What if someone texted? What if you're missing something?" That anxiety outweighs the real connection in front of her. Multiply Sarah by millions, and you see how phones reshape not just habits, but relationships. Or take Dave, a student cramming for finals. He sets his phone face down, determined to study. But like a ghost in the room, he feels it calling. 6 minutes later, he flips it over. Nothing new. He sighs, annoyed with himself. He studies again. 6 minutes later, repeat. Dave thinks he's weak, but Dave's not weak. He's wired. His brain got trained, and now the ghost of the phone haunts him whether it's buzzing or not. Even work culture plays into this. Imagine Karen in accounting. She sends you a message at 3 p.m. If you don't reply in 6 minutes, she follows up with, again? Suddenly, responsiveness isn't optional. It's expected. Your phone isn't just entertainment, it's a leash. You check not because you want to, but because you're scared of being seen as unresponsive. 6 minutes becomes the new professional standard. There's also the phantom buzz phenomenon. Ever felt your phone vibrate, only to check and find nothing? That's your nervous system hallucinating. Your brain is so tuned to expect a buzz every 6 minutes that it creates one when it doesn't happen. It's like your body has become part of the phone, an extension of its circuitry. That's not sci-fi. It's biology adapting to habit. But it's not all doom. The same brain that got wired into a 6-minute loop can rewire itself out. Neuroplasticity means your brain is flexible. If you start delaying your checks, maybe stretching 6 minutes to 10, then to 15, you start retraining your bouncers. Remember the amygdala and prefrontal cortex? This is their turf war again. By pausing, you strengthen the rational bouncer. You upgrade your mental software from React Now 1.0 to Think First 2.0. It won't be easy, but it's possible. And here's a hopeful thought. Phones aren't evil, they're tools. They can connect you to loved ones, teach you new skills, even save lives. The problem isn't the phone. It's the unconscious habit of checking every 6 minutes. Once you shine a light on that habit, you can start to break it. You can choose when to check instead of letting the slot machine decide for you. So why do you check your phone every 6 minutes? Because your brain got trained by dopamine, by boredom, by FOMO, by validation, by conditioning, by design. But just because it's wired doesn't mean it's permanent. Awareness is step 1. Intention is step 2. And practice, that's where the real change happens. So next time you reach for your phone, pause for just a moment. Ask yourself, do I actually need this right now, or am I just feeding the 6-minute cycle? Breaking the loop won't happen overnight, but every pause is progress, and your brain will thank you for it. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment. How often do you catch yourself checking?